How about it, 43 World Radio 176, a Trevor, 9 Alpha Tango 791 Gulf Islands.
Hey, 791. Good to hear you there, Joe. Blasting you there, Roger.
Yeah, you as well, man. It's pretty quiet on the band here. I think I heard a little Japan in there, but yeah, you're coming through loud and clear, rocking the radio room as usual, up into the red. I hope you're having a great day in Australia.
Yeah, all good there, Joe. Another warm one here. I'm going for low 30s today. I think it's already about 30 outside at the moment there. Beautiful sunny day there. Joe, come back.
Okay, I need to pack my bags and head down under, man. It's a lot cooler up this way. Today was only around 6 degrees and foggy. So I need to be in Australia. And the low temperature was 3.8. There's not much of a big difference. Temperature, we don't have big temperature swings here on the island, so low was 3.8 when I got up at 4 this morning, and the high temperature only got up to about 6 degrees. The sun did try to shine, but when I got to work this morning at 5 a.m., it was foggy.
Yeah, understand there, Joe. Well, yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Could be colder up in Europe, in the other part of Canada there. But anyway, that's winter, I guess, come back.
Yeah, there's some places right now that are well below freezing, and I'm talking about freezing, colder than 0 Fahrenheit. So 0 Fahrenheit is minus 18 Celsius. So there are places in Canada that are below that. And you know what? They can have it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, it'd be way too cold for me there. I'll be hiding inside by the fire all day. Come back.
Yeah, that's what we got. That's how we heat our house, Trevor. We have an airtight wood stove, and when you walk into our house, it's in Fahrenheit, it's probably around 75 in there. So it's up there. It's nice and warm, and although it's not freezing out here, it's just damp at this time of the year. The winters here are wet, you know what I mean? So if it's not raining, there's just that dampness in the air there, QSL.
Yeah, understand there. Pretty much sounds like my location up here on top of the mountain there, winter there. I think the average winter temperature, highest it usually gets is about 8 degrees. 8 degrees here, and it's quite often foggy there. Sometimes they go a week or so with no sun there, Roger.
That's very interesting. Okay, I didn't realize that, because that's like our winter temperatures, anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees Celsius in the daytime, and rarely get below 5. If we get below 5 degrees Celsius, it'd be like, 3 degrees or 2 degrees, and don't go too much below 0 degrees. But once in a blue moon, like I say, when Alaska, way to the north of us, decides to open her doors up and let some of that cold air out, the jet stream can sometimes pull it down on top of us, and that's when we get the cold, dry air. We call that the Arctic invasion or the Alaska blaster. So last winter, we haven't even had any frost yet here at this end of the island. I'm waiting because I got to harvest our kiwis. We grow a lot of kiwis, and I can't harvest them until we get a frost. So no frost yet. But last year, our first frost came about the middle of January, but it was nasty. It wasn't just like a 0 degrees Celsius frost. It went from like probably 10 degrees Celsius, and then all of a sudden Alaska opened her doors up, and the next day was like minus 8.6 or something, and that was the record cold I've ever recorded here, man. It was not good. Understand there, Joe. Yeah, well, you get it from the north there. We get all the cold Antarctic blasts straight from Antarctica there, coming up from the south. And that's what we often get there in the winter there, Roger. That's very interesting. Okay, because I think Tasmania can definitely get cooler too, huh, QSL?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a bit colder. It can be a bit colder than where I am. For sure. You can get below up in the mountains in Tassie, get below 0 Celsius there, and can get pretty bloody cold there. A bit too cold for me down there, but as climate change is happening there, it's sort of got warmer. It's got warmer in the last 2 years. It's not quite as cold as it used to be, Roger.
Yeah, I heard Tasmania is really beautiful, and I've grown a lot of eucalyptus trees over the years, and most of them I grew from seed. And what makes a eucalyptus tree more cold hardy is where you actually collect that seed in Australia or Tassie. So anything at sea level is pretty much useless in our climate. But the higher you go up into those mountains where the weather gets colder and the temperatures are lower, that's what makes a cold hardy eucalyptus tree. So I got some seed from Tasmania back in the early 90s. And I think 91, something like that. And they were a Tasmanian species. I think they even grow in Australia. as well on the main part there, but it's called a mountain gum. And I planted these things thinking that they were going to freeze out eventually. So I grew them from seed. I planted some tiny little seedlings in a close-knit grove of about 25 foot in length. You know, the garden was tiny. And I thought, okay, a bad winter's going to nuke them. So after 30 years, these things were over 30 meters tall.
Yeah. Oh, very good there. Yep. Yeah, I sort of know what the species you're talking about. The mountain gums, and there's snow gums, and a few of those ones that grow up at the higher altitudes. They don't mind the cold weather, Roger.
That's the one. We grow the snow gums too. I have actually they self-seed. Even those mountain gums were self-seeding in our gutters on the second story of the house. I'd be cleaning out the gutters, and there'd be baby eucalyptus trees. So they were Eucalyptus dollarium pliana, which is a mountain gum. But I have the ones from Kosciuszko. If you go to the top of Kosciuszko, and maybe you've been up there, it's cold and snowy, and those snow gums are pretty tough trees.
Yeah, that's the one there. Yeah, they're quite nice looking there. They've got the nice white bark too there, Roger.
Oh, they're gorgeous. They are absolutely beautiful. I love eucalyptus trees, and they sound nice in the wind, some of them, right? But I notice when they bloom, because there's a really big snow gum. There's a lot of eucalyptus trees in our main village, because I've been planting them in there for years, right? So I was there today looking at some big cider gums. There's spinning gums, and there's snow gums, and then there's alpine cider gum too. But there's a big snow gum growing in front of one of the marinas. I sold it to a guy in 2001 when it was small. It's big, but the bark on it, Trevor, is absolutely beautiful, pure white. And when it flowers, it gets covered with these beautiful puffy kind of flowers all over it.
Oh, yeah, Roger. Yeah, birds and that, they love the nectar there, Roger.
Yeah, they do. The bees and the birds. So if anybody, has honey, like hives, beehives for honey, eucalyptus honey is really good, because I had a friend, and she's from Australia. She went down there one time. This was like 20 years ago. She brought me back some eucalyptus honey. Oh, it's good.
Oh, Roger. Yeah. Very good there, Joe. And that's good, mate. And I like my plants and the trees there. And I'm just about to go outside to the mountain and maybe do some work, but then it might be a bit too hot. So I don't think I'm going to go out for very long there. Got to go out and do a bit of whipper snipping there, Roger.
Oh, yeah, we do that in the summertime too. And so what is your elevation again? Are you like 1,000 feet up?
2,000 feet, 600 meters, Roger.
Oh, that's awesome, especially if you're into radio. If you're into radio, you want some good elevation there. And so there's nothing really obstructing your view then, right?
Yeah, no, not out your way. I've got like a 180-degree view, and I can see for about, 150 kilometres in a 180-degree view there, Roger.
Wow. Oh, man. Is that like, I forget, did you say you're in Melbourne?
North of Melbourne, 150 kilometres there, Roger.
Man, that is awesome. Holy moly, you can see a long way.
Yeah, long way. I can see like four sets of mountain ranges, and sort of one's higher than the other behind each one there, Roger.
Oh, cool. Wow. So where is Kosciuszko then? What province or whatever is Kosciuszko in?
Well, that's sort of, it's in New South Wales, but not far into New South Wales there, and sort of not far from the border of Victoria there, but up in the snowy mountains there, so I can't see that far, but yeah, it'll be another 5 hours drive, probably about 5 hours drive from where I am, Roger.
Oh, it's a big place. I know Australia's big. So the Blue Mountains, where all those blue gums grow, is that like in your state or not?
Yeah, we've got a whole valley here of blue gums, a whole valley of blue gums there, and down in the valley there, real old growth blue gums there. The koalas love them there too, and the cockies, they like the hollows in the old trees. They've got the hollows they make their nests in, Roger.
That is so cool. So do you actually have cockatoos and cockatiels flying around your place?
Yeah, I got the mainly sulphur crested, the white ones with the yellow feathers at the front there. I got in a certain time of year they all come to nest down in my valley there, and if you go down there, it's like deafening. They don't want you to be down there. They all start squawking. It's like a deafening noise. and then they start trying to scare you away. They start dropping sticks and shit on you. Come back.
They're smart birds, man. They sell those things in the pet store up here, and they're really expensive. They're like probably $1,500 or something, or $2,000 for one of those things. And you know, when I go to the island of Oahu in the Hawaiian Islands, we go to the rainforest, and it's called Lion Arboretum, owned by the University of Hawaii, and it's a botanical kind of rainforest, 200 acres. But there's these naturalized, somebody let some cockatoos go there years ago, so they're flying around through the treetops, and yeah, you're right, man, they're noisy.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, they got good loud squawk on them there. And yeah, I've even heard of, I've heard of some that have escaped as pets over here, and they've joined the main, you know, they've gone back to their original flock, you know, joined the flock of their own species, and some of them were taught swear words. They were taught swear words, and then the whole lot of them learn all the words. So you hear them swearing up in the trees here, Roger.
That's funny. I could just imagine that. You're out working in the garden or something, and you hear all these birds up in the trees dropping the F-bomb and calling each other names. I never forget, I walked into a pet store one time near Vancouver. This is 30 years ago. And I'm looking at these two macaws, because I've had parrots. I've had a cockatiel. I've had Patagonian conure, Maximilian pointers. I had a big blue and gold macaw, which were from South America. The cockatiel actually comes from Australia, and I think so does the budgies and budgerigars. I had some of those, but I go into this pet store and I'm looking at these two parrots. There was a gold and blue macaw